On today's episode of Kult America, we are exploring the fortresses of Przemyśl. So we are actually up on a hilltop where I think a lot of the well-to-do residential houses are in Przemyśl. And if you were just passing through here, you would never believe that the place is littered with remnants of World War I and World War II forts. Whenever I'm inside of a fort, I feel the most uncivilized nature of human. I mean, this is like really us at our most primal, buried into the ground like an animal to avoid being killed by other animals. I just love that feeling of wandering around, exploring the woods, and then making what feels like a discovery. You know, something quite old. I'm at Fort Bor, and the first thing that you see when you enter the museum is a plaque commemorating Polish and American men who actually fought for the independence of Poland. Some of this fort is actually renovated, and I guess it's nice that they try to preserve it, but I really feel the spirit of it when I enter the area that hasn't been fixed up yet, like this. Places like this make me question the visions of architects. It'd be really easy to look at this area and imagine this as being a structure of death on account of how many people were murdered here. On the other hand, what I wonder and what I suppose people don't think too much about are the deaths that may have been prevented by a place like this. The sanctuary that the city of Przemyśl may have been because of these fortresses. These fortresses were built in sections under the Austro-Hungarian Empire between the 19th century and the First World War. The section development depended heavily on the relationships with the Russian Empire. And we have to keep to our basics, so the men needed a place to use the restroom. And I guess this is how the toilet looked during the First World War. So we were wandering this structure and came to the end of one corridor that's completely filled in with dirt, and that would be because the ceiling has collapsed. So this structure has definitely seen better days. This fucking thing is ready to collapse. If you look at the roof, and it looks like either the end of this tunnel has collapsed, or they've purposely filled it in with dirt. They say that Americans are crazy about shooting things and guns, and I wanted to say, look at what Europeans do. But then I remembered that Americans were here fighting during the First and the Second World War. Regardless of what side you're fighting for, it's one person shooting another person, and this is what remains, and that's gotta be human nature. But what possibly strikes me the most about a place like this is its seemingly insignificant existence in today's world. After 1915, the place was essentially an irrelevant asset to the country because of its demise. But the memories which happened here, the events which happened here are, of course, of a substantial value to many people who were involved in those conflicts. That being said, one thing is for sure. When I look at the crater in front of me, where a bomb exploded, and I imagine the people who may have died as a result, as a human being, I don't know if I could truthfully say that I feel the loss of those lives were warranted for any good cause. So we've been exploring forts all day, and I have the feeling that in this region of Poland we could explore forts all week or the entire month. There's a lot to be seen here. But this last one is another hidden and I think very neglected historic place somewhere inside of the shrubbery, and I want to see if we can find it before the sun goes down. Ah, f***. God damn it. Shit. Ow, f***. Okay, come on. Oh, przepraszam cię. It's nothing but thorns for as far as I can see here. And we found the first elements from the fort, and I suspect that the earth under us is actually physically manipulated because, you know, in the middle of a grass field, suddenly you're just covered by thorn trees. And there are a lot of elements here, but I mean, these thorns are hardcore. I never even saw trees like this before. You okay? We just went like idiots, getting lost in these woods, getting annihilated by thorns, and we went nowhere. I saw some kind of like little picnic benches made out of logs down there, and I think people probably used to come here to hang out with their friends. Maybe they still do in the summertime. Visiting these places really gives me a lot of perspective on the human condition, on what it means to kill, on what it means to protect, on what time means to things that seem so relevant to us now. Sorry to be so poetic. What it really, really makes me feel, carpe diem, live for today.